views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of ECTV or any entities they represent.
Hello, my name is Lee Morgan. Here on East Elm and South Webster is a bridge. It's closed for pedestrians on both sides. It's been like this for an extended period of time. We have a lot of problems with infrastructure in the city and no budget or no capital budget to answer the problems that we confront in this city. And the grant money, we keep relying on that and one-time financing from the state government or the federal government in grants to do the things we need to do in this city, but it takes so long and it causes so many hardships for the residents and the children here, and it's just not the way to do business. We need something in the Home Rule Charter to determine how we're going to fund all these projects, because this isn't the only bridge in the city that's substandard. I mean, this is beyond substandard. And we have every excuse in the world why we can't maintain this city, and it just didn't happen today. Now, if you look at Naog Park, Kinjorski's Bridge is there. That bridge cost $1 million and it goes to absolutely nowhere. Okay, it's down from the treehouse. Here's where we need the bridge. Okay, when Mayor Doherty was in office, he did a lot of silly projects and kept talking about restoring the pride. We didn't need the pride restored, we needed the city maintained, and it just hasn't happened over an extended period of time. And with the school over here, it's just a mixed bag because the street behind the school is not maintained. There's overgrown vegetation everywhere there. The storm collection drain sits above the road. That was brought up by me at a Scranton School Board meeting, never addressed. You know, we just keep throwing money and wasting money. It just never stops. And you know, you have to ask the residents, you know, look down at the kids that are going to inherit this city and ask yourself one question. What are you leaving them? Because at one time there were 103,000 people in this city. Now there's roughly 80, maybe even less than that. And we just have a government that's totally dysfunctional. And I respect the mayor, but she shows up at meetings with no information, with no command of the issues, sits down with people and expects them to inform the public, and they're not even thoroughly informed. And the council answers no questions because they're not informed. They wait for the government to tell them what grants are coming and where they're going to put it, so they never address the issues that the residents of this city have. And then you have to ask the residents of the city, don't you think it's time to do a rewrite of the Home Rule Charter and create a group of citizens that looks at what needs to be done and then sits down with the coordinator who brings these grants to the city and find a way to get the money to come where it has to go. Not to the downtown, not to silly projects, but to where it needs to go. You know, we keep doing the downtown. It's not taking us anywhere. That's all we've done all my life. And you look at what's happened at Naog Park. We built the treehouse. What did that do? And sink millions of dollars worth of landscaping into the park. And don't forget, Chris Doherty is the one who drove this city into distress when Mayor Connors was mayor, okay? And when you look at what he did financially to this city, and then they name a pocket park after this man, look what he did to the city's pension programs. He moved them from Mellow Bank to another party, and they lost millions of dollars. And then people say, well, you know, interacting with government's a waste of time. But you know what? It's the only way to make things work. And we have to hand this city to the young Scrantonians that are growing up now, possibly in kindergarten, probably in second grade. And we've got to create opportunity here. We've got to fix this city. We've got to hand them something that's worth owning. And we just have a city government that's just completely dysfunctional. The regionalizing the fire department and the police department is just a beginning. We have to look at the county commissioners and ask them a question. We're doing reassessment, but we're wasting an awful lot of money. And you know, I'm trying to come up with a video about farming in Lackawanna County, because in the county charter, we have to create a board that will help to recreate small farming in the county. And it'll reduce the cost of food. It could help the food pantries. There's just so many things we can do with a rewrite of the charter. So, I'll do another video after this, and I hope you stick with me and get involved in some way, because, we've got to save this city, and we've got to save this county, and we can't tax people out of their homes to do it. And we've got to hold the government responsible for their actions. And they've got to begin to start answering to us. When we ask a question at council, we ask the mayor of council at a question. We need access to the government. You can't even walk into City Hall and go to any office, because you've got to be shepherded through. There's never been a problem for the residents walking around City Hall and going to offices getting information. You need access to your government. That has to be in the charter. So, I hope you support what I'm saying. I don't have all the answers. 570-604-1212. Call me. Tell me what your concerns are. Call me and tell me you want to get involved. We've got to look at the pension again. The city's in the same shape it was in before it went into distress, only we've sold all our assets off. And if you look in the camera here, you'll see a young kid on a bicycle. He's going to inherit this city from us. Is this what you want to give him? Because this is what I was given. My parents didn't do what they should have did. And it's time to ask you a question and say, are you going to do what you should do and create a vibrant, successful city that's maintained, that people can be proud of? And, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of ECTV or any entities they represent.